if you don't choose to take care of yourself when you're healthy, then you're going to be forced to take care of yourself when you're sick. Hello and welcome. My name is Kendra, and I am a spiritual life coach, and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to reach their ultimate success. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of self-care and how there might be a laundry list of things that you've heard others go over, but I'm really going to focus in on one thing. I know we've all heard how important self-care is, but it can be so hard sometimes to try to make that room for ourselves. And I think it's because we focus on doing so much. Like, we know we're supposed to sleep a certain amount. We know we're supposed to eat certain foods. None of it should be processed. And nowadays, we can't even trust the grocery stores. So that's a challenge in its own. We know we have to stay hydrated, and that's pretty easy to slack on if you're not paying attention to it. And we also know that we're supposed to exercise daily. So when that is all in front of you, it's really hard to make time throughout your day to say, okay, where do I start? And when I focus on self-care, I don't focus on any of that stuff, actually. When I choose to make time in my days for self-care, it can be anything that brings you peace. It doesn't have to even make sense to other people. It doesn't have to be eating right and exercising. It can be taking a few minutes to watch your favorite show, or going out to get your nails done, or a new haircut, or a new shirt, just something that makes you feel good. Or maybe it's not even any of that. It can just be going out into nature and just listening to the wind blowing through the trees, feeling the sun on your skin. It can be really simple. But if you're looking to really crack down on one thing that will help everything, your mood and your focus every day, that's your sleep. Sleep is so important. And if you're like me, then you'll probably get 5 hours, grab coffee or an energy drink, and just power through the day because we're superheroes. Really. But even though we can do something, doesn't mean we should do something. We're supposed to be getting anywhere between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every single night. And yes, it's true, we are supposed to do all of the other things. But again, if you're just trying to get the ball rolling here and just implement one thing that's relatively easy into your routine, cut yourself off at a certain time at night and make yourself get 7 hours. It's okay if you wake up throughout the night. It's just making that consistent bedtime. Don't make things more challenging for yourself than you need to. Life is already challenging. So don't have so much pressure on you to do things. Like, it's good to have a plan, but if you don't stick right to the plan, it's okay. Nobody gets it right on the first try, and I've restarted my routine a million times. And the only thing that really matters is that you keep going. You keep trying. Just tweak something here and there and see if it works better than before. Just because it didn't work one way doesn't mean it won't work another way. So if it doesn't work for you going to bed at 8 o'clock and then getting up earlier, then maybe go to bed at 10 o'clock and maybe get it up later. It depends on your job too and what you do every day. But I am actually great example. I'm in the process of changing my routine. I've been staying up a little later, sleeping in a little more. But now I want to go to bed when the kids go to bed and get the maximum hours of sleep that I can, still getting up before them, and then doing my meditations and everything before they wake up, and instead of having to find the time throughout the day to take the break and fit everything, because there's also yoga, exercise, and just so much more that I want to try to fit in. So I'm just tweaking a couple things, and I'm going to try to fit in meditations earlier. And it's okay to change things up as you go. Like, if you start out with a plan, you're going to get up early, you're going to shower, you're going to get ready, and you're just going to move on with the day, and that's just how it's going to be, instead of oversleeping and hitting the snooze and everything. If you start with that, it's a great plan. If it doesn't work out and you decide, hey, I'm getting up a lot earlier, but I feel like the shower is taking up a lot of time, and I would like to start doing other things in the morning, like prepping stuff or having my morning coffee in peace and quiet, reading a couple chapters of my book, meditating, doing yoga, going for a quick jog. You can shower at night. So don't get down on yourself because you didn't do it exactly the way you envisioned it. Nothing in life ends up exactly how we envision it. Again, what matters is that you keep trying. And one other huge thing that will help this change in a sleep pattern is shutting off all the lights and all the screens, everything, for 1 hour before you go to bed. Because back in the olden days, when we didn't have any lights, our body would naturally rise and set with the sun. And now, all these lights mimic the sun. So now we are trying to go to bed, but our minds keep going. We're still awake. We're not really getting that good rest that we need. So go ahead, shut everything down for 1 hour before bed. Try to get at least that 7 hours. And if you're only getting 4 or 5 hours, just try to get 5.5. Try to get 6 hours. It doesn't have to be perfect the first try. And I am super guilty of just keeping the day going through the night, because it's just so hard for me to sit still and not do stuff. I do so much throughout the day. I just want to keep going with that momentum. And then when I wind down at night and I'm not doing anything, I feel so lazy, even though I know I'm not. So there's a couple challenges in everything that you implement for a healthy routine. Like I was saying before, eating healthier, you still have to keep in mind exactly what's put into the foods to actually eat healthy. And with sleep, you need to make sure that the screens and lights are off 1 hour before bedtime. You need to try to get at least 7 hours. And you have to ignore your ego, which is just a whole other challenge in itself. But no matter what the result is, if you're still going to try again the next night, don't be hard on yourself. At least you're here doing it. That is huge. That is further than most people get. So congratulate yourself for that. Give yourself a pat on the back and go make a milkshake for yourself or a smoothie. I think I'm actually going to go do that. So I hope this was helpful and I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you enjoyed that smoothie or milkshake that you're going to be making. And if you're lactose intolerant and you're using it as an excuse, so am I. And I'm still going to do it. So get some Lactaid pills and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.